Yo.
What is going on with you? Oh, you shaved.
I shaved, mate. God's sake,
Shaved,
man.
mate.
What's
Thank
sake?
God out.
Oh my God, you guys! I just can't. How are you guys?
Amazing, man. How are you?
I'm okay. You know, just trying to keep with the weather. Well, actually, recently I just lost my glasses. No, actually, I didn't lose them. Benjamin threw them in a bin, so I just received them today. So I'm really, really excited. So I'm like, yeah, I can see again. Obviously, only for this one, I'll take this off because there's so much reflection going in. You know.
Well, let's see them. Put them on. Put them on.
You're looking good, JJ.
Oh,
You're glowing.
stop, you guys! That's what a shower will do to you guys. That's what a shower will do. This is the glasses right here. There you go.
Whoa.
Like that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I got two of them. I got two different ones. I'm still waiting for the third one. You know, giving you a little 70s vibe. Hey.
Wow. Very nice.
Stop. You're going to jail. Stop that. So I'll just let you guys introduce yourself. Like I said, it will be shocking for people who don't know who you guys are. They should know now, but go ahead and just let the world know.
We are SaintPhnx, and my name is Steve.
My name is Al.
That's amazing, you guys. Well, and they are a international Scottish band, and honestly, you guys, you need to check their work out. It's absolutely amazing, and I'll obviously link everything with the merch website for everybody to check out. But I would just fire in with the questions. So when did you guys decided to become a band?
Well, we decided to be but we were in another band for years. We were called Ego Thieves.
Oh.
We were probably in that band for about 8 years, and being brothers, that was the first time that we had been involved together musically. But Ego Thieves played all over the country, up and down, played Tea in the Park, played big headline shows in Glasgow. But the time came that we just wanted to try something new, and we decided to try something with me and Alan because our music tastes are quite similar. And we started about 4 years ago. SaintPhnx started about 4 years ago.
That's amazing. Was it like a collaborative idea for you guys, or who was the first kind of to pitch in the idea that, you know what, let's do this? Do you know what I mean?
Well, basically, so I had worked on the way it happened was that I'd worked in the studio for a year working on the Ego Thieves album, and then when we finished all these songs, the guys in the band didn't think they were right for the whole band, so we had all these songs to start something new. So basically, I was going to do it solo, but I thought, no, I need a drummer, so I'll just ask Alan.
Basically, Stevie said, I need to bring the age down, so I'm going to get Al involved.
Stop.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Shocking.
You know, this is
terrible.
Shocking. See if this is true.
Terrible. No,
but you know,
basically what happened,
100%.
Jerome, what happened was my mum said, can you give Alan a job?
Oh my!
Do
you know what? You know, and the outcome of this, you were just being a good brother who was looking out of his little brother. That's good. Do you know what I mean? In a way, Alan, you will be.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
You know what it's like, Jerome, being an older.
Listen, it is hard out here, but
to look after your younger brothers.
I can sympathize as well with the young brother as well. I can understand. Alan, don't worry. I understand from your perspective. But I mean, clearly it has worked out. Because you definitely see the chemistry. You guys understand each other. You know what you like. You know what I mean? It's like it's also easier to communicate with each other, which is perfect. You know what I mean? You can rely on each other more. You know what I mean? Which is also really awesome. So how did your family react to?
Well, our dad is our biggest supporter. You know, our dad, Bertie, man. He's part of the band.
He definitely is.
If my dad was 30 years younger, he might get a job playing bass for us or something.
No way.
It's so much fun, but no job. we're very supportive, man. So our family's our biggest fan, so it worked out well, man.
I mean, I've seen him perform. I've seen a video of him. He performed with the Young Blood or something, like, you know, because I know it was about, we're going to get to the tour, but I did saw him as well perform. I was like, wow, okay. See, that may be putting you guys out of business here. You know what I mean?
I contemplate the world to make you feel safe inside. I'm waiting on the weekend. I'm waiting on the weekend.
Yes. He tries to. I don't think he intentionally tries to do that, or maybe he does, but he does tend to steal the spotlight when he's with us on tour.
I'm sorry. If I was a dad, I would be just like him. I understand from his point of view. Listen, if it wasn't for him, y'all wouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean? So, like, so I probably would be that dad. Do you know what I mean? Probably embarrassing my kids or something like that. That would be. But he's so funny though. I love his energy. I bet you the fan must adore him whenever he comes on.
Everybody loves him, and we went on a Youngblood tour. Bertie was the main man to be around on tour.
And see after he was on stage with Youngblood. So directly after the show, we were standing at the merch stand. So me and Stevie are waiting at the merch stand. We're like waiting for people to go by. There was a queue all the way past our merch stand. We're thinking, okay, man, people are here to buy T-shirts, get pictures. Right. They were all in a queue. They're on a queue to take pictures with Bertie and my dad. Completely walked by us, man. Yeah. True.
The fan completely erased the idea.
Ignored us. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stole all our thunder.
Oh, I love that. You know, maybe it should be added to the third leg of the tour, something like that. It would be amazing.
Well, what happened is we usually add him. He wants to come and do a merch to sell our T-shirts.
Amazing.
He thinks he's the man that can sell. But when he goes to the merch table, he doesn't sell any T-shirts. He just takes pictures with people.
Oh my goodness! I love that. That's amazing. Also, what was your life like before the band?
Our life has pretty much always been music. Right. Since we same with Alan. I've always did songwriting and since I was 14, 15, always been writing songs. Always been interested in recording and writing and making beats and playing instruments. And I think Alan's been the same. So music and being in bands has been a massive part of our life. That's all that's all we've ever wanted to do is basically be in bands. So there's nothing's really changed.
Wow. And also, were you guys always musically as a kid then, I would imagine, because since school and everything, was it always like something you guys always did, or did you guys also have other hobbies you did with it during?
Well, I was going to be a professional football player, but I thought I'd be doing music instead.
That's no chance, Jerome. No chance.
Alan, I'm talking here. Can't even kick his own. Alan, I'm talking here.
Oh my God!
I was at a crossroads, Jerome. I had to pick a road to go down. Was it going to be a football player or a musician? And I just thought the music was my calling.
No, you know what? I could actually see you becoming. No, honestly, you know when you said I could actually see you, on the field or becoming the next. I don't know how you see
100%. Johnny Beckham,
the next big thing right there. In football.
Jerome, you. The thing I love about you, Jerome, is you're to me like a young visionary.
Oh.
And to you say that, it basically rings true. I think you're dead on the money.
Wow! Oh 100%. Wow!
Hold on, Jerome. I'm gonna. Jerome, wait 1 second, Jerome. I'll show you this picture. It's a great picture.
Jerome,
it's a picture that. Hold on, Alan. I'm going to show Jerome this picture now, Jerome.
Right.
Tell me, does this look? Can you see that, Jerome? Look at that. That's me.
Wait, that's you? No, I mean
that was when I that was.
Wait, put it closer to the camera so I can see even more. Can you stop, Steve? I mean, Stevie, do you live a double life that we don't know about? Do you like?
Do you see them? Do you see Jerome? Do you see them?
That looks amazing.
Alan, stop hijacking Jerome's interview. He's asking questions and I'm answering. Jerome, you're absolutely right. I told you, I'm being honest. I had a choice to be a professional football player. But I had to do it for my brother. I had to do it to get, if I was a football player, I can't bring Alan to play football with me. That's the manager's job. So if I'm I'm in a band, I can give Alan a job. So that was the idea.
Steve, I think that's wonderful. That's wonderful that you still were able to do your football and also the music at the same time, and kind of do it for the fam. Support your family.
Thank you, Jerome.
That's wow. Much love back.
Thanks, Jerome.
How was it for you, Alan, as well? Like, what was your life like before? Do you also had a football background, or?
Well, just to clear this up, Stevie never ever had a football background.
Excuse me.
Basically, I just
backed up with pictures.
Excuse me. I'm going to just tell you the truth.
Right.
You've had that picture waiting. You've had that picture waiting to show, ready to go. Basically, Stevie rigged a competition so that he could play on iPad.
How dare you?
You rigged it, didn't you? You rigged it.
How dare you?
Stevie set up 2,000 emails.
This guy is a liar. This guy is a known liar. This guy is known to cause trouble and
I don't know how to
for himself.
Talk rubbish with people.
Right. So anyway,
this guy is nothing but trash.
Wow. Wow. I did not know that. I mean, you just kind of blasted your brother.
Of course you would know that, Jerome. It's untrue. Fake news.
anyway,
this is something that you guys have to speak to your publicist about, this image thing. I mean, I just don't know.
My life was amazing. My life used to be amazing, and then I joined this band, and then it's all downhill.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Alan. I mean... although I
because of this, this guy, all because of this guy.
Oh wow!
This guy didn't have a prayer. This guy was going to end up, I don't know what he was going to do. He'd be sitting about playing Xbox all day, picking fluff out his belly button. This guy was on a path to nowhere.
I can't cope.
Oh God, man!
But you know what? One thing I'll have to say, it did work out at the end because I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, Alan, you may have maybe had another future for yourself. I don't know whether it was you becoming a chef or a football player, whatever the case might be, or playing with your belly button. Chef. There's no judgment here. But
okay, that's good.
It worked out. It worked out well. Who inspired you guys growing up?
I know Alan's answer. I inspired Alan's musical career.
Lies.
For me,
lies.
I would say I loved the Beatles. I loved Oasis. I loved Rage Against the Machine. The Killers, Bruce Springsteen, David Bowie. Those guys were my kind of heroes growing up.
Yeah, I would go more like I'm a lot younger than Stevie, like maybe 15 years younger than Stevie. So I'm like kind of new school.
Alan likes he had a rave band called Scooter. That's Alan's favourite band.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh my God! So what was your inspiration?
Alan's more of a Venga boy.
Alan, were you more into? I don't know, Justin Bieber maybe, or I don't know. How young are we talking here?
No,
Venga
boys.
Venga boys. I like Arctic Monkeys, but I'm also a big rap. I like rap music, so I'm a big rap.
Nice. Oh, that's
rubbish.
The cool. I think maybe Alan is trying to go towards maybe the cool taste of me. I'm just playing. They're all
I'm
great.
The cool man. I'm young and cool.
Alan's trying to make himself look cool because he wasn't a football player, and his brother didn't get he didn't give his brother a job in the band, so he needs to feel like he's got to compensate for something.
Yeah, cool, Steve.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh man, I love this. But tell me though, what kind of obstacles did you guys face during that career of you guys deciding obviously to become a band? Was there any obstacles y'all faced?
Alan's obstacle, Alan's biggest obstacle was pizza. Because he loved it so much, so he had to do that. My biggest obstacle was.
I want to say something, but I'm just going. I'm just going to leave it.
He was going to say my. I'm not going to say. He was going to say my big nose.
Oh no!
Always says that. You know,
I have to say,
he always talks about says I've got a big. See, if I had a big nose, I wouldn't make fun of someone else's big nose, Alan.
Alan, that's shocking. That's your big brother at the end of the day. Come on. And honestly, Stevie, I think your nose looks fine. It looks amazing. I could definitely see that nose in the cover of Rolling Stone. Definitely.
You're right. You're right, man.
Yeah. And mark my word, you guys will make it in the Rolling Stone. Mark my word.
Big hose.
And that nose will make it fine.
Great, biggest nose in the game.
Oh God, I can't. Oh, I mean, we could.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Let's move on. Alan.
What about you, Alan? What obstacles did you face?
Just basically dealing with Stevie every single day. It's the biggest obstacle in my life. He's the biggest idiot. He's got a big nose. He stinks. Doesn't wash every day.
Oh wow!
So his general smells really bad. So that's a big obstacle.
Okay.
Apart from that, I mean, I can pretty much deal with it.
This is coming from a guy, Jerome. Right? Let's say this story. This guy wiped his bum on his best friend's mum and dad's carpet, and his mum and dad come in.
Yeah.
His mum and dad came in and said, "What's that?" And Alan said, "No." Alan said, "I've had a roll and sausage, just a bit of brown sauce," and it was actually him. He wiped his bum on the carpet, and that's a true story.
That is how you mark your territory.
Alan, he's not even denying it. Jerome, he's not even denying it because it's true, and he's got the audacity to call me smelly when he's wiped his bottom on someone's carpet.
Yeah.
Alan, I cannot believe this.
Right there.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
Jerome, I apologise. This interview is taking a turn for the worst.
No,
because
don't
of this
worry.
guy.
No, this is great. This is all great information. I'm sure the fan would really, really love to hear this. I mean, I just cannot believe. I mean, this is new information to me. I did not hear this before. So it's any information I could receive. I mean, going on to the next question as well. I don't know if I know how to. Were you guys always close growing up? I would imagine, because I know you guys also have another brother. Was it? No.
No, never close, man. Never close. Because this guy, this guy is hard to be around.
Oh my God!
He's a bully. He's not nice. As you can see from this interview, he's foul mouthed. Some of the.
Oh my God!
Some of the cheek coming out his mouth. I don't want to be around. That's just so. Jerome, you know me. I'm a positive guy. You're a positive guy. This guy is like a drain. He just sucks the life out of you, man.
That's what a drain does. Sucks the life out of you.
Literally,
can't even look.
But listen, I do believe there's a great connection there. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, it takes a lot to call your brother and make him part of the band. Do you know what I mean, Stevie?
It does. I'm a good guy, man. I'm a good guy.
No, but I believe you guys are the perfect match in heaven. I think you guys are the perfect match, literally.
Maybe.
Yeah, together like lamb and tuna fish.
We're doing okay.
Oh, no, I love it. So let's talk about the time you guys decided to release your first single. How did it feel?
Almost exactly 4 years ago to the day, we released the first song.
No way.
It was called Reload.
Make me wanna touch the
So that was 4 years ago, but that was a special moment, and that's one of the first songs we play on our set when we play live. We usually start with Reload.
Wow, and I mean, it can be, and I know, especially for musicians, it can be something, you can be something more critical to yourself when it comes to your music. You're never like satisfied, and you're like, oh, I could have done that better. I could have mixed that sound or whatever. But how was that feeling? Were you guys were confident? You're like, okay, this is it. We just got to release it. And then you did it. Or were you guys still like, do you know what I mean? Because every artist, that's usually what they say. But what was the experience for you guys?
It's hard to see. There's two sides of the fence. There's being the artist, and then there's the fan side. So you might think you want to release a song, but you've got to think about it in your brain, how you know, how you're going to release a song after another song, another song.
Yeah.
And you try. It's like basically you're trying to solve a puzzle.
Right.
But when you write songs, you're always overcritical. You're always self-doubting because you really just want, you know, ultimately you want as many people in the world to like it.
Yeah.
So first, because what you have an idea and you go, oh, that's great, and then you add to it and you write more, and then you think, well, that's all right, and then you spend time producing it and getting it mixed, and then by the end of that process, that can, you know, that could be like a week or a month, and once that song finishes, you go over it so many times, you end up hating it. That's just the way it is, every song, and then it comes to a point where you start to love it again. That happens with every song because you start off, you always go back to the initial feeling of the idea and think, okay, that was a good idea, so it must be good. But because you scrutinise it so many times and it's a long process, you know, it's a love-hate relationship with the songs, and that goes with every song. It's very, very rare that you get a song from the start where you think, yeah, that's a banger all the way through. Yeah. It just never works like that.
Wow. And also, when did you guys then decided to make your first album as well? Like, when was that point when you decided, okay, we got to make an album?
We were out for about 2 years, and we had a good year. We were playing Reading and Leeds. We were playing some good festivals. We supported Imagine Dragons, but we were a two-piece back then when we played live. There was only two of us, and we just weren't really getting to where we wanted to be. We never got really any good momentum behind us, so we weren't sure what to do. And then we ran. Basically, we had no money. So Alan had no money. I had no money, and but we had got this American booking agent. And now it's a big booking agent. He books like Billie Eilish and all the big stars. So he booked us. And he got us this big corporate show over in Google and you know, YouTube and all the technological, the Sim Valley, they call it
Silicon Valley.
But basically Silicon Valley, where all the tech companies are. So they have big corporate days. So we get asked to play at it, which was amazing.
Wow.
And then because they're giving us some money to do that, we got to play some places in LA. So there's this big industry showcase night called School Nights. So all the up and coming artists who signed to big major labels, they play it. And it's basically a small club in LA. All these label heads come down, all these A&R managers, record label owners come down and watch you. And we went and played, and it was just rubbish.
So bad. We were so bad.
I don't think it was us. I think the vibe was just, it wasn't like a gig. It was just people. It's like you're a caged animal and people are just, it's like a zoo. People are just watching you like that.
That must have been awful.
Yeah, it was awful. So we felt really, really bad after that. And then we did a couple of things. And then we went to San Francisco. So we were really wanting to play that. We really wanted to play that show and hopefully get a record deal, but that wasn't happening because the show was bad. So then we went up to San Francisco, and me and Alan were staying in this Airbnb. We're sharing the same bed. We've got about $30 to our name. We're eating
also free. We're sharing with the host plus another person because we couldn't afford.
Oh yeah, we're in this Airbnb with all these people. And with no money, and we're sitting in the bed and we're watching Coachella on the TV, and we're thinking, man, we want to be there. And we can't get a record deal. We don't know what's going to happen with the band because we don't have any money to go into the studio. We just don't know what we're going to do, and we just felt bad. And then we had to travel home. We flew to Iceland, and then from San Francisco to Iceland, and then Iceland to, we stopped in Iceland. We had no money for food. We had 6 hours to wait to get our Iceland to Glasgow. So we were just really, really down and thinking, this is really tough. I don't know where we're going to go. And then literally a week later, we got a phone call from a manager said, you know, we've got a record deal offer.
Wow.
You guys are going to make this album. So from there, then everything just started to pick up. We got money to make the album and go and do what we wanted to do and get backing from a label, which was amazing. So for us was really, really exciting. And we spent the whole summer writing songs, and then obviously we went to Iceland with you and made some crazy music videos.
Ceux-là.
Yeah. C'était terug.
Katinde.
En Einde. I get it right.
That you can't control. Shake, shake, shake.
Say like
so that was basically it. Yeah.
Are the perfect example of like the people who you never gave up on their dreams. You know what I mean? You really went for it, even when it was hard.
Yeah, that's what we always say. Perseverance and self-belief can be anything.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We've had some really, really tough times and tough times that we go, man, I don't know if we can do this or can we keep going? And you always find a way. And that's basically been our story from day one. Just we know that everything can turn like that. You know, it can be so bad, and the next minute a click of the finger, and things can just go away. I mean, we didn't know what was happening. We had no idea. And then, you know, we were touring the world for 6-7 months. So you just don't know. The biggest thing is, if you stay in the game, keep playing the game, then you'll get, you know, your cards will come up, as they say. And that's basically what you've got to do, is just keep believing in yourself and just do what you do.
That's amazing. Also, what kind of inspiration was in your mood board when you were creating the album?
Well, see, like the year before, you know, we'd subconsciously had built this idea already, and we were trying to think, is there themes for the album? Can we do this? Can we do that? And then we kind of just one morning driving to the studio, must have spent like 30 minutes just talking about what we could be writing about, what we should be singing about. And then we realised that over the last year, we'd already built all this up. We'd already told this story. So we thought, just zone in on that. We'll have, you know, a light side to the album, which is the more family relationships side. And then you'll have a dark side, which is kind of about us as the band and being very selfish to do the band and keep going. So that all just kind of came naturally. And we had a bunch of songs that we didn't think would fit, but they all just kind of locked in, and that was the final piece of the jigsaw, man.
Wow. And also, I've seen, like, how was this working with Ross Hamilton? How was it, like, that process working together?
Yeah, I mean, that's where it all really started, because I started writing songs in the studio with Ross for Vigo Thieves. We tried to do something different with the album. That's why we went with Ross and a guy called Michael. Michael Bannister. So they had the studio. We started working with them, and then there's a band called Texas from Glasgow, and Michael plays in Texas. So he went away touring with Texas. So we were just predominantly working with Ross, and Ross had been with us, you know, from the very, very start before SaintPhnx, and he's the guy that we work on, that everything we do with our sound, you know, our writing, you know, we do that collectively. He's a big part of that, and he also helps us. He's very much on board with the visual aspect, with the videos and the mood boards and all the rest of it. He's a big believer in, you know, creating mood boards and creating, especially with songs. He's big on imagery, the same as us. So he's a big part of our creative process and putting everything together. So he's a good guy, the best.
Shout out to the ham.
Shout out to them. Now you get the goat. Now you get the golden goose.
The goat. He's the goat. He's the real goat.
Or you get like this. He's the golden ham. So that's what we call them.
And also, why did you guys pick Iceland, obviously, as a place to go to? Like, was it because you guys were there before, or was it just kind of a random idea that just came to your head?
Well, what we wanted to do was, so the album, there's two sides of the album. There's the light side and the dark side of the album, and it's a journey through your life. You know, it can, anyone can relate to it. It can be your journey of your life. You know, everybody's made good decisions and bad decisions. Yeah. Everybody's had good days and bad days. So that was the whole side of it. So what we wanted, I mean, we're big on making sort of cinematic videos, and we thought, well, it's all about landscapes, about light, you know, light landscapes.
I love a landscape.
Landscapes. And we're thinking, well, oh yes. So, but we were thinking, well, if you go to Iceland, you're going to have the snow, but you're also going to have the volcanic ash. So you're going to have the best. You're going to have the polar opposite. You know, landscapes in terms of, you know, light and dark. So that was one of the reasons. And then we had the astronauts and things like that. And we saw this plane wreckage, the plane crash, and we thought that would be cool to get there and shoot a video really there. Cool. So that was the idea why we wanted to do it.
And also, how did the experience of creating a first album changed you guys personally? You know, having a full body of work like that out there for the world to have access to.
I think that we've learned, because before we just put out singles, and when if you really want to build a fan base and you want to start building up, being an artist and doing something, and for someone to grab a hold of, you have to put that body of work out. I think too many people, maybe sometimes they're I've got to release big singles and I've got to do this and do that, and you don't really grab fans that way. When we were in tour with Youngblood, he had an album out already, and we weren't big fans of his music at the time. When we'd had a couple of the songs, we didn't even realise he had an album out when we first toured with him. But we were going to gigs. We were turning up at his shows to be his support act. We were getting there about 1 o'clock during the day, and there was like queues of people outside.
Wow!
And when he starts playing his show, the fans know every single word for every single song. So as we spoke to the guitarist Adam, and he said, "Yeah, man, that's the best thing to do is put out an album, because fans, they want to know everything. They want your story. They want to know what you're feeling and what you're saying, and you know what you're thinking in your brain. And that's only going to happen if you put an album out." So I think some people are scared because they think, "Oh, my first album has to get to number 1 in the charts," and that never really happens. It very, very rarely happens.
You have to enjoy the journey as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, being number 1, but you have to be proud of yourself that, you know, it's always about your work first before anything. Do you know what I mean? It's
all building up, and but we feel like I don't think you feel like a proper band until you release your first album.
Imagine.
That now, once you release a first album, you're like, right, okay, now I'm in a band. This is what I do, and that's what that feeling was. Very, very proud of that.
What would you guys miss the most about the album?
We definitely miss the studio. That's one thing. We this year we had plans to go and tour the album more, and we had a lot of festival appearances. We had like Transmit in Glasgow, Reading and Leeds. In England, we had shows in Italy, Germany, the Netherlands. So
that's a lot of cities.
We're a wee bit unfortunate. Well, we had a sellout European tour at the start of the year, and then when the album was out, and then we were a full summer full of festivals, big festivals, which was amazing. And then we were going to go on tour again in September, October, but it's not looking likely because of the coronavirus. So we decided to just close the chapter on the album, and then start album 2, which we started doing. But it's very, very, it's hard to do when you're not beside each other or not in the studio with the you don't have a guitar or a drum kit, and you don't have you can't record things properly. That's been a bit of a nightmare. So we definitely miss the studio and being together and writing.
Do you know you put yourself on mute there?
Oh, did I put myself on?
Yeah.
I'm up.
And we're back.
And we're back. Well, let me just turn up. And we're back. So how was the experience of touring with Youngblood and Lewis Capaldi? How was the experience like?
Unbelievable, man.
Unreal.
Wow.
On last year in May, we were lucky enough to go on Youngblood's tour bus across America.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like literally the best experience of being in the band, and you play in a show and then you go to sleep on the bus and you wake up in a brand new city. It's like
around friends.
Phenomenal.
And do you know what I mean? Because I've seen the stories and the post. I mean, it just looked like you guys had so much fun. I mean, I can't even begin to even explain. I'm sure you missed Lakwai a lot as well.
Yeah, we're away a long time, but the experience to go around the whole of America and Canada twice,
Wow.
We were there. We were in America in May, June, July, and September, October. Yeah. So we were away a lot, and we were in America a lot. But it was unbelievable. You were going. The weather was beautiful in the summer, and you're traveling. You're waking up in Phoenix, so you're waking up in Chicago, you're waking up in San Francisco.
That's like the dream.
LA. It was unbelievable. It was literally unbelievable. You're with. We had a small crew. It was me, Alan, John, our guitarist, and Greg, who does all our sound. He's a sound engineer. And then we had all of Youngblood's crew, who were the nicest bunch of people. Wow. They're just their family. We just love them. Honestly, it was too good. We're sharing a bus with them. So you would go to the venue. You would all the fans would be there. You would say hi to the fans. You would load in all your gear. Mm-hmm. You would sound check, then you would get something to eat.
Gear there. Food. What kind of gear are you talking about? I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Equipment. We're not that kind of band, Jerome.
Oh wow!
We go in and sound check and just have so much fun. Have a couple of beers, relax. You would go and play. We get to meet fans. After the show, you would take all the booze and beer and food back at the bus. You would have a drink, have a laugh, go to sleep, and then do it again the next day. Yeah. So it was unbelievable. And then Capaldi was unbelievable because he was getting, when we were there, he was just getting to number one in America. Yeah. So we were on his tour when he was just getting his first number one in America. So that was unbelievable. Yeah. And then we come back for that for 10 days, and then we went around Europe with Youngblood for 5 weeks. Wow. And we did everywhere in Europe, and it was an insane year, and we had the best time ever. Because every show was sold out, and it was a chance for us to build our fan base and meet new people, and for us to build properly and get people hearing our music. So it was awesome.
And also, obviously, I know once you're in a different city, you're touring the world, sometimes that can be, it can be lonely. Sometimes you can get homesick. But how important was it for you guys to have each other during this tour?
See, that sounds nice. That sounds nice, Jerome. But nah.
we always.
Alan, what was the real deal?
So negative. Jerome is so negative. No, but we so the Capaldi tour in September, October, and the Youngblood tour in October, November. We went in the tour bus, so me and Alan were always sharing hotel rooms.
He stinks. He doesn't wash.
Oh my God!
Alan put it on his. Alan, do you know this guy's a serial liar.
Stevie's toenails are like crispy onions.
So, if you go on our story, if you go on our highlights on Instagram, you will see me videoing Alan picking his crusty toes.
Oh my goodness!
The video's on there. Alan has this stigma of being very grumpy. We call him Angry Al. Everybody knows he's
oh my goodness,
he's got a short temper and he's always moody. So that's an issue dealing with. Just being around a guy who's always miserable is kind of hard.
I'm very happy, Jerome.
But listen, my job is to cheer him. You know me, Jerome. I'm the
I see that's what
I get people going. I make people smile.
He's the most annoying person on planet Earth.
Unfortunately, Alan finds me annoying sometimes. I don't know why.
Oh, I mean,
the big nose.
I guess we will never know. I think that's for the fans to check on the highlights and to see where the rhythm problem is coming from.
It's all there.
Fake news, man.
And also, what was the best part of you guys traveling in all these different cities around the world?
Hands down, the food, man. The food was incredible. The food is where it's at.
Don't get me started with that.
Tacos, pizzas, burgers. Oh, it's so good. So good. Man. I put on like 2 stone.
I'm hungry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hungry. The food was unbelievable.
And I can imagine this, especially because you watch those things in movies, like you hear about the food places in America and in Europe, and to actually be there and to physically be there and eat them. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, the round on the toilet must have been insane. Literally.
Yeah. A lot of good toilet stops.
I was like a paintball fight in the toilet.
The thing.
Wow!
The food was unbelievable. The food was unbelievable. It really was. And every city in America is so different from one another. It's all different.
You always get a good case of taco, but Jerome, you always get a good case of taco, but
but's not good.
You can never go wrong with tacos.
You can if you have too many and you get taco butt.
Instead of Lacoste intolerant, you become tacos intolerant.
You do that too many. But the food's probably one of the best parts.
Wow! And what would you say was the hardest part of touring for you individually?
We had it very, very good on the first tour in the summer because we were on the tour bus. Mm-hmm. So in a new city, and you've got time to do things. When we did the other tour, we were driving ourselves. So we had it was a process of, okay, you get to the venue, you load in, you set up the stage, you set up your merchandise, you do a sound check, you get something to eat, then you play a show, then you go to merchandise, then you pack up, then you do some more, you speak to the fans, then you load the van, and then you drive to the hotel. You maybe get into the hotel maybe 2-3 a.m. in the morning. Mm-hmm. Then you wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, then you're driving all day. You're driving for maybe 5-6 hours, and then you're doing that every day. People don't realise the biggest part of touring is if you're not in a tour bus, or if you don't have the luxury of a tour bus, if you're a smaller band like us, the majority of the time you're in a van in a small space, just traveling. So that's probably the worst part of it, because you're talking about 8-hour drives every day. It's like driving to London every day, which is not the best. So that's probably the worst part of it is the traveling.
But then also, I can imagine so you guys could get also homesick. But how did you guys keep in contact with family members and stuff?
Just FaceTime every day. Yeah. I think that's the big part of it is phoning home and speaking to your family, and that's the good part about FaceTime. You can catch up and you can see each other. But that's a big part of that's what our band is. Our band is family, and that's what we strive on, and that's what our songs are about, and what we're all about. And we try to create a bigger family. So having, speaking to the family on a daily basis that's what we did. We every day, 2, 3, 4 times a day on FaceTime and on calls and messaging. That's what you do just to dial back home.
Yeah. And also, would you guys say the fans that you met worldwide were different? If so, how were they different each time you visited a different city?
There's different types of fans. There's people who like music who go to shows, and then there's fans, and fans are obviously short for fanatics. Yeah. And we noticed the difference. I mean, Youngblood fans are fanatics. They want to know everything about you. You jump on board, they want to know where you were born, your shoe size, what you're thinking, what's your favourite food. They want to know everything. Where the Lewis Capaldi fans were generally just people who like music and pop music and like to go to gigs. The Youngblood fans are crazy, and then but that's basically more we were like that when we were young. I think people who like bands, they are generally fanatical about bands. That's what being in a band is, having fans that are just crazy, and that's what we experienced with those, and they became a big part of our fan base as well. These guys, which is great.
It was a weird thing going from being the support band, and people are interested in you, they want to see more, they want to know more, they start liking your stuff, and then you announce your own tour, and then we were doing the European tour in February, and we were getting we were just leaving, we were leaving England, we were leaving Dover, and we're getting messages saying, hey guys, where are you? We're outside the venue and stuff, and that was in Paris. So we hadn't even crossed the channel tunnel, and that was 7 a.m. It was happening in Poland, messaging Instagram saying, guys, we're outside the venue. You're getting Instagram stories saying, been out here since 4 a.m., 5 a.m. constantly. It was just it was weird because it was the other end, because it was happening to us. It was an insane feeling.
And I was obviously leading up to that as well. During the COVID, a lot of things had to be delayed and postponed. But how does it actually feel to lead now your own tour now?
It is amazing, man.
It's the best,
It must be a rewarding moment. You're like, yes, finally doing this.
Well, that's what you when you're younger and you go to gigs and you see bands, you think, man, I'd love to go to a show and have it sold out. And the other band that before SaintPhnx, the only place we could really sell out was Glasgow. We couldn't sell out anywhere else. And then when we started SaintPhnx, we were maybe doing Glasgow shows and they were selling out, which is cool. And you go and support the Imagine Dragons, and there's 3,000 people there. You go and do Youngblood shows. He's got 5,000 people at Brixton Academy in London. So we're playing in front of 5,000 people. It's insane.
Wow.
We're following him everywhere, over Europe and America. Capaldi, he's selling out 2,000, 3,000 people a night.
Wow.
And you're playing these shows and you go, wow, this is amazing. You just want a piece of that. And then when we put our first tour on and we turn up, and don't get me wrong, the venues aren't as big as Youngblood and Capaldi, because we're just really, it's our first headline tour. But you go and all these places are sold out. You're thinking, man, finally done it.
Insane.
And you talk to Youngblood and Lewis Capaldi and the Imagine Dragons guys. They've all did the same thing. They've all played
you have to start somewhere. It's part of your growth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was speaking to the Imagine Dragons guys, and they were like, when we played in Glasgow, we played Nice and Sleazy 4 years ago, and that was 120 people. And then we did, the Barrowlands, and now we're doing the Hydro. So they've went from, in Glasgow, 120 people to 12,000 people in 4 years.
And that's
that's what everybody starts. Oh, we hope so, man. We're
honestly, there's no hope. So I'm telling you guys, this is a definite. I mean, anybody, honestly, who gets with the gig with your songs, honestly, it's kind of hard not to go and see you guys perform. There's so much. You guys really do give it your all, the interaction with the fans, and you guys sound just the same as you sound on the album as well, that's what people want as well. You can feel the energy, the atmosphere. People really love what you guys do. I mean, I witnessed it. It was amazing.
Thanks,
what I mean, I can't wait to witness it in Coachella and in Glastonbury. So, putting it out in the universe there.
Cool. It's a date. It's a date, man.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So tell me, what can the fan expect from this world tour after the pandemic is kind of over? What can people expect?
We're going to have new music.
Something different. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're going to have new music first and foremost.
Yeah.
We're going to just completely, we're trying to rebrand. We're not going to rebrand. We're going to take it to a new level. Live, song-wise, lyric-wise, everything's going to be brand new, and just going to go and take it to the next level.
Can the fans expect a new album in the near future or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. We're working on a new album right now, and we're going to the studio next week. which is good for the first time this year. So we'll be working on the album over the summer, and we'll be releasing something next year. But we'll be releasing new music after summer. So we're straight back into it and excited about it.
Yeah.
I think it's big you have to create something in your head that people can, like a world that people can jump into, and we did that with the first album. We want to keep doing that. I mean, all the great bands do that. The Coldplay, Killers, and all these massive bands, they create worlds for people to explore. Yeah. And that's what we want to do with this second album. That's what we plan to do.
And also, how are your family coping, obviously, during this quarantine?
Oh, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. Crazy. You know what it's like having big families, so
yes.
Just trying to keep everybody happy and everybody sane, and getting everybody in the car to go and visit people and just keep everybody entertained. It's tough. I think everybody's feeling that. I think that we've got to be smart and we've got to try and help. It's not just about you. It's about your family. It's about other people's families. Yeah. So you've just got to do things responsibly and do things right. But it's been a long time, and this kind of thing's never happened to people before. The last time something like this happened was maybe the war, which was your grandparents went through all that kind of thing. So this is new to everybody, new to everybody's family. So you just got to keep everybody smiling and keep everybody positive, and hopefully we've seen the worst part of it, and we can get back to some sort of normality.
And also, what's the best life lesson you guys were ever given in life, that you still use till today?
Wow. Do you know what? I tell you what, Bertie, our dad, has never forced us into doing anything.
Yeah.
And he's always said, like, if you're going to do something and you're good at it, just go all in and go for it. There's nothing stopping you achieving anything you want and your goals or your dreams. Just go until it happens.
Yeah.
And just keep don't stop until it happens.
You just got to have that belief. I remember our dad does the same thing every year. Before New Year, he like clockwork, he'll say, next year is going to be amazing. Next year is going to be the best year ever.
Yeah.
But you realise after he keeps doing it, he does it as a mindset. Your experience is only what you make of it. If you go in with a negative attitude, you're going to have a negative time. If you go in with a positive attitude, you go in with this is going to be good and I'm going to make it good. And if you have that outlook, you will have a positive experience. And he does it, every year that we can remember. He's always said next year is going to be amazing. We're going to have a great year. Yeah. And then you think he's off his head, man. Why does he keep? He doesn't even know if he's going to have a good year. But then you realise he's setting himself up mentally to think, no matter what happens next year, it's going to be amazing. We're going to make it amazing. And I think that's taught us to be positive as much as we can. But probably, Alan said the biggest thing is keep going, keep believing in what you're doing. You're always going to have downs. In this band, we've had way more downs than ups, and we've had a lot of ups. We've had unbelievable experiences, but we've had way more disappointments and way more failures and way more kicks in the guts than we have good stuff. So that just shows you. And I tell you what, all the big guys at the top, all the major bands, they're the same. You only hear about the good times. You only hear about all the good stuff that they're doing, but they've had so much bad stuff that they just don't talk about. And I think if you can put up with the bad stuff, then the good stuff will come around.
How does it feel to have a lot of people kind of like looking up to you guys?
It's good, man. We just try to be ourselves and hope people like it. And our job, we feel our job is to make people feel good, whether that be if we're on Instagram having a laugh, or you meet us in person, or we're playing music to you on stage, or you're listening to our music. We just want people to feel good. So if you're smiling, if you've got something from our music that's making you feel good, then we've done our job. So it feels awesome that people can listen to us and get in touch with us and follow us and feel good about that. That makes us feel good.
That's so good. And also, what advice would you give anybody wanting to join music industry?
Never,
don't start a band with your brother.
I said it first.
I can't go. You know, oh my goodness. Y'all honestly are the best duo. Like, it's like the best match in heaven. Literally. Y'all were meant to do this.
I'll give you a serious answer.
But I like that. I like that.
Don't start a band with your brother. Don't start.
Oh my goodness.
If you had to seriously give advice, the more and more you do something, the better you become at it. It's the same as riding a bike or when a kid starts to walk or anything. If you do things over and over again and practice it, you'll become better at it. So if that's playing drums or playing an instrument, keep doing it, you'll get better. If that's songwriting, singing, keep doing it, you'll get better at it. If that's like playing live together as a band, the more you practice, that's why bands practice, the more you do it, the more you become better of it.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing and do it over and over and over and over and be disciplined and be relentless in what you're doing. Because if you do that, then good things will come. And we were taught from there's three things that people or record labels or whatever, there's three things that people want. Number one is likability. Number two is hard work. And number three is talent. And it's in that order. If you've got two of those, you're never going to get there. You've got to have the three. You've got to be likable people. You've got to work hard. And you've got to be talented. So that's the three things I would say you've got to make sure you're good at.
Yeah. And also, if you guys could go back in the past, what would you tell your younger self?
Don't start a brand. Don't join a band with your brother.
This is the quote of the day.
If Alan said don't start a band with your brother, he wouldn't be in a band.
Don't start a band with your brother, man.
He wouldn't be in a band. He wouldn't be here.
Oh my God.
He forgets that. I would be in a band. I'd be doing music, but Alan wouldn't. Alan would be, if he didn't start a band with his brother, he would be, I don't know what he would
Everyone knows I am the brains behind the operation. Everyone knows.
Well, Sifi, you need to put some respect on Alan here. He's saying he's the brain of the, the whole shebang.
Jerome. Look,
I'm the puppet master.
Jerome, look at your screen and look at Al. Is he all of the brains?
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing?
Y'all got me in the middle here. Why'd you?
Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing. I'm just something. I thought about something in my head and it made me laugh. So it definitely hasn't nothing to do with you, Alan. I promise. I promise you.
If Stevie was going to give himself advice, it would be get a nose job.
Oh my!
Manos is fantastic. If I had to give myself advice, it would be Steve. It would be go with your gut more, and you're right more than you think. Don't let other people jump in. Don't let other people give you their opinion because it's a load of rubbish. You know what you're doing.
Because they're still figuring it out. Yeah.
That's what I'd say. I say you got this, bro. You got this.
Yes, you got this, brother. Well,
that's what I would say.
Well, obviously, to end this, what kind of word of wisdom would you give everybody watching right now?
Me, brother. I've told you this, man.
Wow. Yeah. Do you know what? That would be literally the main quote. Do not start a band with your bro.
What's the wisdom? You got to be positive. Anything you do, just be positive. I know it sounds like.
No.
And a lot of that gets.
It's so true.
It's a lot. I think, but sometimes people take the piss out of that and they make fun of people going, oh, positive attitude. It's like, listen, it doesn't matter whatever we're not as talented as other bands, and we know that we're not as good songwriters as maybe as the biggest bands in the world, but we're going to try.
I'm so sorry, but you guys are just as good. I mean, that's the thing. It's like even the people that everybody praises who are up there, the Beatles and whatever, they also had to start somewhere. And I think you gotta do some awesome stuff, man. I mean, like, oh my God, y'all are like geniuses. You're like insane. Your brain is like, it's incredible.
But that's all down to positivity. That's all just about being positive. And a prime example, Jerome, is the video in Iceland. When you're up shit creek, you've got two options. You be positive or you be negative. And fortunately for us, we were positive and we had positive people over in the video shoot in Iceland, and we came out. We think one of the best videos we've ever seen.
It was. And I mean, how many millions views does it have now? I mean, I don't even know.
I think the two of them have got something like 7 million views between them, which is insane. But
do you know what I mean? It's like,
people don't know the true story of what happened that weekend.
Yeah.
And for us to pull that out of the bag, that just. I remember when me and you got through security, and then we were sitting in the plane.
Yeah.
I sat next to Alan and I went, I don't know if we can pull this off, man.
I know.
And I was like, I don't know what we're going to do. And like, we've just got to try and do something. It was, the fact that we pulled that off, positivity.
Y'all did, honestly. That's what I say. What you give to the world, that's what you receive back. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man. Yeah, exactly.
So amazing. I mean, thank you so much for being here. And I mean, I can't wait to see what's in store and what y'all are cooking up. Do you know what I mean? I can't wait to hear more awesome beats, and all that stuff. It's been so lovely having you guys here. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Take care of yourself.
Thanks,
Please keep us up to date with everything. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love, brother.
Yes.
Oh, good, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Right.